Oh, I'm a winner. I'm a winner. I won. You know, I like to win, but winning's not everything. But it's an awful lot. It's an awful lot. I'm so glad to see how busy I am. Hey, your friend George Price.
Hey, big man, how you doing today?
Good, and you?
His telephone greeting says it all. For nearly 40 years, George Price has been a friend to the Bitburg and Spangdahlem community. A pioneer in comprehensive airman fitness, he embodied the total airman concept before it was cool. This community knows him commonly as
Big man.
Big man.
Big man. Big man. Big man.
I don't know, because I'm not as big as anybody else. The reason I call people big man, I can't remember nobody's name.
But the name fits and has been earned by a lifetime of great achievement and winning.
George is an airman's airman. He's just one of those guys that right from the start, whether he was a one-striper or when he retired as a senior master sergeant or back now as a civilian airman, he just gives it his heart and he is all heart.
A heart he dedicated to the Air Force for 26 years, retiring proudly as a senior master sergeant in 1976.
The best thing ever happened to me, I'm telling you right now, was joining the Air Force. Joining the Air Force. What a day that was. I was just so happy I did that, because that's where I was allowed to be me and where I matured and learned to lead and learned to be happy.
It was George's leadership abilities and kind heart that opened the next door in his life.
The athletic director's job came open and they snuck me in there right away.
His time in this position would define his career. For the next 20 years, George coached the Bitburg Barons basketball team, compiling an overall record of 521 wins and only 48 losses.
What I did, I was smart enough to watch other successful programs, and I stole a lot of ideas from them.
That's when George enlisted the talents of Oda Phillips, a high school teacher at Bitburg.
The smartest basketball man I ever knew. And so, but he couldn't lead a goat to get a drink. But I could get the goat to get a drink, and so I used his brains to teach, and we took off, and we won time after time after time through his knowledge and my ability to scream and shout. And that's how we got by, and it was very successful.
His teams won 11 Continental Sports Conference championships and 6 Air Force's Europe Championship titles. He also coached the All-Star team in the first 2 Air Force Central Command basketball tournaments. They went undefeated. He is the winningest coach in USAFE basketball history.
It was a dream for me, out of this world.
George has devoted his life to this community, to the Air Force family. He even raised a family of his own here. George and his wife Hildy raised 2 children. Their daughter Bibi, who works to this day at the base community center.
It was a little difficult as a teenage girl growing up with your father being George Price. A lot of the Air Force guys wouldn't date me because my dad was George Price.
And their son Robin.
I go there several times a week and just to talk to him. And sometimes go down in the morning before I come to work when it's dark outside and talk to him. He'll always be a part of my life, a big part of my life, and that'll never change. Just like my daughter's a big part of my life, and my wife's a big part of my life, and that's all that's left. You know, everybody else is gone.
Robin passed away July 3rd of this year after a long battle with cancer.
People be so kind to you, and they're extremely kind to me. Like when my son went away, I can't tell you the type of support I got from that. Everybody in the base wanted to be a part of that support base, and things like that never go out of your mind, big man. I remember that till I hit the ground. I'll never forget that.
It's because George has given so much to the Eiffel community. After his son got sick, George decided not to coach anymore, but he continued to work in the community and help people. Through various charitable organizations, George found ways to help those in need.
Because if you're good and kind to everybody wants to be good and kind to you as well. I'm going to tell you that right now.
He's one of a kind. He's committed. He's dedicated to this mission, dedicated to the airmen. But most importantly, you know, has a big heart for helping people in and around the Spangdahlem and Eiffel community.
He's like a father figure to like everybody that I know. When I get to his age, I just hope that I'm going to be like George.
Well, George has given so much to the Air Force and so much to the Spangdahlem community. I'm just so proud that we can offer a little bit back. And like I said, that lasting tribute that will carry his name for future airmen, that's going to be something really meaningful, both for him and for all of us, his teammates here at the Force Support Squadron.
The community came together for George, establishing his name as a lasting piece of a community he gave so much of himself to, both in naming a gymnasium in his honor. had a 6-foot-tall, 36-foot-wide metal plaque highlighting his merits.
Well, I'm just overjoyed. It was just a beautiful event, and I'm surprised I had so many friends. I was counting on 7 to 8 people to show up. We had a full house, so that was like winning the lottery for me. My main man.
George Price stands as the definition of resiliency. He has lived as the model of the Air Force core values. And now this community will always know the name George Price, the local legend known commonly as Big Man.
My tank is full. I've did everything, I've won everything, and I've been blessed beyond words, and people think kindly of me, and you know, I pass people in the street and they want to say hello to me and things like that, and you just can't imagine what it's like. Happy days are here again, Big Man.